Ivory Coast just assembled a 2026 World Cup squad so dangerous that Europe's biggest leagues are terrified, and nobody is talking about it. While the world fixates on Brazil, France, and England, the elephants have been quietly loading a weapon in plain sight. This is the African dark horse story the mainstream refuses to tell. Cast your mind back to 2014. Ivory Coast had Didier Drogba, Yaya Touré, Salomon Kalou, legends, all of them. But that squad was old. It was tired. It crashed out in the group stage and broke a generation of fans. That is not this squad. This is something completely different. And honestly, something scarier. Sébastien Haller, a striker who survived brain cancer, came back and immediately started scoring at the highest level in Europe. When you talk about hunger, real, raw, almost terrifying hunger, this man defines it. Then there is Simon Adingra, playing week in, week out for Brighton in the Premier League, one of the most exciting attacking players in English football right now. Still only in his early 20s. And he is just getting started. But here is where it gets genuinely interesting, and this is not even the strangest part yet. Ivory Coast's squad depth across the Premier League and top European leagues is arguably the best it has ever been. We are talking about players competing at the absolute peak of club football week after week, against the best competition on the planet. And the tactical setup? This is not a team that parks the bus and prays. The elephants press high, transition fast, and have the individual quality to unlock any defense on a good day. On paper, they match up against anyone in a World Cup bracket. Now here is the bracket reality. African nations in 2026 get more group stage slots than ever before. 6 African teams in an expanded 48-team tournament. That means more room, more margin, and more opportunity for Ivory Coast to navigate out of their group and into the knockout rounds. My prediction: Ivory Coast advances from their group. I think they are a genuine last 16 side, and on the right day with the right form, I would not rule out a quarterfinal run. I'm calling it now. Write it down. The strangest part one promised you? Africa has never produced a World Cup semifinalist. Ivory Coast, with this squad at this moment in history in an expanded tournament, they might just be the team to change that forever. Every empire needs a moment of reckoning. For Ivory Coast, 2026 is that moment. The revenge mission is loaded. The weapon is ready. The only question is, does the world wake up before it is too late? Subscribe if you want every African dark horse breakdown, every bold World Cup 2026 prediction, and every call nobody else is brave enough to make. Now tell me, do you think Ivory Coast can reach the quarterfinals, or is this just hype? Drop your answer below.